what's up? It's your girl _Pretty Psycho, and I'm coming at you guys today with another video, which I've been meaning to upload this video for a very long time, but didn't get the chance to because if you guys read the video title, I didn't tell my family yet. I kind of held off on it for a very long time, which we will get into later in the video, but it just would have been like, imagine if this video would have been shown to them, and I just would have felt like their reaction would have been like, oh, so you can go and tell the internet but you can't tell us, you know? And I just didn't want to hear it, so I waited until I told them. So now that I told them, you know, I'm able to make this video. So if you guys have me on social media, I asked you guys, you know, do you have any questions for me, because I was doing this video today, and a lot of you guys asked me a lot of questions, so I went and I wrote them all down on my notepad. So if you see me looking down a lot, it is because I'm reading the questions off of the notepad to you guys. So let's get into the video. The first question I got was, how did you find out you was pregnant? So let's start from the beginning. It was back of August of 2018. I have a period tracker app on my phone, so it tells you, you know, when your period comes, and that app has never been wrong. As many times as I used it, you know, it might be off by one day, but that's it. So basically, I noticed that I haven't got my period in a couple days. So I was like, okay, maybe, you know, my period is changing, because, you know, sometimes it will start at the beginning of the month or the end of the month. So I just thought, you know, maybe it's not going to start to the end of the month. But it was already the end of the month. It was around like the 25th. So 5 days went on, and I went to my boyfriend's house that weekend, and basically what happened was I was starting to feel weird. I got a feeling that something was wrong, so, you know, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna get a pregnancy test. You know, my boyfriend went to work earlier, so I was like, I'm just gonna grab one. You know, I know it's gonna come out negative, but I just want to reinsure myself. So I went to the little liquor store around the corner from the house, got me a little $3 pregnancy test, and I got it, went back to the house, I took the test, and while I did the test, I put it on the counter next to me, and I was on my phone, and I was just, you know how when you're using the bathroom, you're on your phone, you know. So I was just on my phone waiting for the timer to go off, and went off, and to my astonishment, I looked over, and there were 2 lines on the pregnancy test. I cried. Of course, you know, it was a shock to me, so of course the first thing I did was cry. You know, I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh my god, I'm pregnant. First thing I do, call my homegirl Crystal. She's like, girl, why are you crying? She's like, what's wrong? What happened? Who do I need to beat up? And I'm like, look, I didn't even say nothing. I just flipped the camera around, and she was like, oh my god. She's like, Nina, you're lying. She's like, no, you're lying. And she was like, oh my god, Nina. And I'm just crying. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I was just sobbing. I was telling her, I'm gonna call you back. She's like, all right, call me back. Go and call my other homegirl, Diana. And she was at work. She was like, Nina, what's wrong? You know, I'm at work right now. I showed her. She's like, oh my god. You know, that's basically the reaction I got. Oh my god. Basically, it was a shock to everyone. And now I was like, how am I going to tell my boyfriend? You know, am I going to surprise him? Am I going to text him? So I texted him, and I was like, babe, get home. He was like, what? What's wrong? And I was like, wait, why would I tell my boyfriend over text? I was like, oh, I just miss you. I'm really lonely. He was like, all right, well, I'll be home in a little while. So before my boyfriend leaving to work, he went and made us breakfast. And for breakfast, he made us sopita. So basically, before he left, he made himself a bowl, and he put a plate on it, so when he got home, he could just come in and eat it, because that sopita was so bomb. Oh my god. So basically what I did was, I took off the plate off the bowl. I got a little small plate. I put it inside the sopita bowl. I got a little jewelry bag, and I put the pregnancy test in the jewelry bag, and I tied it up, and I put it back in the bowl on a little plate, and then I covered it with the plate that he originally put. So basically, he got home, and you know, I went and sat at the dinner table, and you know, he was, you know, taking off his stuff, you know, gave me a kiss. You know, I was like, how's work and everything? He was like, good. And then he opened up the sopita bowl. He turned around the plate, and you know, he didn't see it at first, but then when he looked, he was like, what's this? He took it out, and he was like, I kind of have a feeling I know what this is. Opens it up, takes out the test. Least to say, he was very surprised. He was happy. You know, it was a very loving moment. It was a moment that I can't explain. It was just all full of love and happiness. So basically, after, you know, I found out I was pregnant and everything, you know, I started to do what any girl would do, start researching and stuff. And I went and got some prenatal pills from Target. And, you know, I started, you know, fantasizing over if it's going to be a girl or a boy. The whole entire time, I always called the baby a she. I didn't know it was a she, but the baby is a she. Then something happened. I was at work one day, and this is while I was working at In-N-Out, and I was on cashier. And it was a very slow day, thank God. Basically, I was on cashier and I got a major headache, and I was like, okay, maybe I need to drink some water. I started drinking some water, and I went back on cashier, and while nobody was in line, I fainted. And they were like, oh my God, Adina, are you okay? Are you okay? Do you want to go home? You need an ambulance? I was like, I'm okay. Like, just send me home. I just want to go home. They were like, okay. So I went home, and I started throwing up. I started being nauseous, you know, and I was so scared. I didn't know what was going on. So I called my homegirl Crystal up, and I was like, I need to go to the hospital. I don't feel good. Something's not right. She was like, okay. So we get to the hospital around 3, and I kid you not, the whole entire time I was there, because I told them I was coming because I was pregnant, I wasn't feeling good. I was nauseous. I fainted at work, and all of a sudden I was having pelvic pain in my uterus. Like, it was just really bad pain. So I thought I was having a miscarriage. They thought I was having a miscarriage. They asked me, was I bleeding or anything, but I wasn't bleeding. So I guess it wasn't that serious. So literally, we didn't get seen till 12 at night. 12 at night. So crazy. And when they saw me, they were asking me, you know, what's going on? Are you okay? You know, and I'm telling them what's wrong with me. So the first thing they wanted to do was get a ultrasound. So we went to the ultrasound room, and so basically they did an ultrasound, and they told me they couldn't see my baby. They couldn't hear a heartbeat or anything. And you know, my heart dropped. I was like, what? I was like, what do you mean you can't hear, you know, a heartbeat? What do you mean? I know I'm pregnant. I know I'm pregnant. And they were like, hold on. And they just kept looking, and they couldn't find anything. So then they did a vaginal ultrasound, and they found her, and they saw her and saw her little heartbeat and everything. And you know, they were like, let's do another ultrasound up here. And I did another ultrasound and everything, and they told me something wasn't right, but they were going to confirm it with the doctor. So they sent me back to the room, and the doctor came in and stuff, and she told me that I had some inflammation around my uterus area, and they got me on pills immediately because it could have affected my child. And then they wanted me to go back and do another ultrasound while the doctor was there. And the doctor ended up telling me I had a inverted uterus. And I was like, what's an inverted uterus? You know, I got scared. I was like, what? And basically, it's when your uterus is flipped the other way. So a regular uterus is flipped this way towards your stomach. My uterus is flipping this way, outward. So, she told me, but you don't just have a regular tilted uterus where it can just flip back. You have something called a incarcerated uterus. I was like, okay, what's an incarcerated uterus? Basically, it's a condition you get when you have a tilted uterus, and basically it can cause second trimester miscarriage. It can cause a uterus rupture. It can cause, it can stop her growth. You know, it can cause preterm delivery. She can, you know, not form all the way. So it can stop her growth to the point where she's not growing the way she should be. And basically what that will do is that, you know, she's not growing correctly, you know, she's not gaining weight correctly. So when she comes out, she could be underweight, and she would have to be connected to tubes for a very long time until she grew and got her health up, you know. And it can also cause problems with kidneys and bladder problems. It can cause problems long term as of having no children at all. Basically, you know, having a tilted uterus happens 1 out of 5 women. You know, it's not very common, but it happens. But having an incarcerated uterus happens 1 out of 3,000 pregnancies. So, you know, for me being so young, you know, they were like, you know, like, you're so young, you know, but it happens, you know, it can happen definitely, you know, at any age. And it sent a shockwave to me, you know. It made me realize, you know, I can lose this baby. This could be my only baby. And, you know, when I first found out I was pregnant, I wasn't sure that I was ready for a baby yet. I didn't know if I wanted a baby yet. Even though I do not agree with abortion at all. I don't agree with it. It's not, you know, religious beliefs and all of that. I don't agree with it at all. But it did cross my mind. But, you know, I didn't want to do it. I didn't agree with it. So I thought about other options. But hearing this, that this might only be my only shot, you know, I took it. And one of the questions I got was, how does it feel to be a mom being so young? It feels amazing, you know, being able to come this far in my pregnancy and, you know, see me grow, see her grow, feel her kicks and everything. It's amazing. It's something I can't even explain to you. It's beautiful, you know, waking up in the morning feeling a human being inside you kicking your side, you know, even though it hurts like hell, you know, it's still a good feeling to know that I'm myself and forming a child for 9 months inside of my body, inside of my stomach, inside of my uterus, that I'm doing it. It's a great feeling, you know. It's really, you know, amazing. And just wait till she comes out. It's gonna be even more amazing just to see what I created, you know. And I say that this baby is a blessing. You know, people look at me all the time and say, you know, you're 17, you're pregnant. Why are you happy about that? Your life's over. And I'm like, no, my life isn't over. It's just beginning. I might not be able to do all the things I used to do, but I'm fine with that because I made the decision to keep this baby. I made the decision that I wanted to have this baby. No one else made that. I did, you know. So if I'm not able to do things I used to be able to do, I'm fine with that. Completely 100%. I don't care about nothing else but, you know, me and my child's well-being. That's all I care about. So, you know, being a mom, you know, it feels amazing, you know, and being blessed to have this child and still have her growing healthy in my body. It's a blessing because I know a lot of women who aren't able to get pregnant at all. I know a lot of women who have infertility for the rest of their life. You can't do anything about it. And just being able to get pregnant, even if this is my only chance at it, it's amazing. And I wouldn't change it for the world. How different is your life now that you're pregnant? It's very different. Before getting pregnant, I had a fast metabolism. And basically what that is that your food processes faster than how it's supposed to, so you don't really gain weight because your food processes so quick, it doesn't add the fat to your body. So basically it's just like a skeleton. It's just going through you. Like that's basically what it's doing. It's going through you. So getting pregnant, it slowed down my metabolism, thank God. And before my pregnancy, I was 100 pounds, and now I'm 122, which I've never weighed that much in my whole entire life. So it's a good feeling. You know, clothes-wise, you know, I have to wear bigger jeans, a bigger top size, you know, bigger bra size, of course. You know, never had titties all my life, and now I got titties. But, you know, they don't last for long. I've heard it from everyone. They look good now, but just wait till after you're pregnant. It's going to be a whole nother story, and I'm not ready for that. Also, the way when I walk around in public, people seeing me so young and seeing that I'm pregnant, you know, I get stares a lot, but you know, I like showing my belly. I like showing my little girl, you know, showing her off and everything, you know. It makes me feel good, and you know, everybody has their own opinion. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but you know, this is my miracle baby. This might be my only shot. So you know, a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know my condition. A lot of people don't know, you know, about what's going on with my child and stuff. So they make an assumption of me being fast and everything. But you know, if they knew what was going on with me, maybe they might understand it a little bit more as of why I'm making this video. It didn't change too much. My life didn't change too much. It's still the same thing. You know, I'm homeschooled, so going to school, you know, I don't have to worry about getting, you know, looked at or talked about. You know, I'm homeschooled, so, you know. Are you scared in any way? The only thing I am scared about is my child's health, making sure that she is a full-term baby. I don't want her to come out too early to the point where she has to be in the hospital for a very long time. I want her to grow as much as she can, form as much as she can, so you know, I don't have to worry about, you know, anything being wrong with her. We did get tested for Down syndrome or any other type of birth defects or disorders she can have when she comes out. She cleared for all of them, but even if she didn't clear for all of them and something was wrong with her, I would still love her the same way regardless. Like, period. I'ma love her. That's all there is to it. I'ma love her because I formed her, you know. She formed in my body. That's what she came out to be. I'ma love her regardless. That's how it is, and it shouldn't be no other way. How long were you guys planning on having a baby, or was it a surprise? It was a surprise. We were not planning on having a baby, you know. We did what we did. I got pregnant. It happened. That's it. It was a surprise. Do you get morning sickness, and what were your symptoms? So during my first trimester, I did not get morning sickness. I did actually get it 2 times, but it wasn't something I got every day, something that was often. So I'm happy for that because I hate throwing up. The symptoms I did get was fatigue, and fatigue is like when you're really drowsy. It basically felt like when you're really sick and you take a lot of medication and your body's just really weak and numb. It basically just felt like that. Like, I didn't want to get out of bed. I wouldn't go anywhere. It was so horrible. It was the worst feeling ever. Like, that's the most symptom I hated. It was just horrible. It was a horrible feeling. I hate not being able to get up, not being able to do stuff. So it was like that for like 2 months. Now, this is the question that everybody wants to know. How did you tell your parents, and what were their reactions? So I hid my pregnancy for 6 months, almost 7 months, very close to 7 months. I'm 25 weeks and 3 days right now. So basically, I told everyone at their own times. Well, me and my boyfriend both did. It wasn't just me. I told my foster mom last month, before Christmas. You know, I sat down and I told her, because it would have been like, what happened if I told her I was pregnant and she didn't want me to stay here no more? And if I would have waited longer, what happened if she would have told me to get out her house and I wouldn't have been able to stay here? So I needed to figure out if I was going to still be staying here or if I needed to leave. So I sat her down on the couch. I told her what happened at the hospital. I told her about my condition and everything so she could understand. And, you know, we were both crying and everything, but she understood. She's supportive. She wasn't happy. You know, no one's going to be happy to hear that, but it is what it is. She was supportive. She accepted it. My boyfriend's mom, actually, we weren't the ones to tell her. It was someone else who told her. And we found out that she got told because his sister texted us telling us, like, is your girlfriend pregnant? Because your mom thinks she's pregnant, and she's pretty upset. And she was only upset because she didn't hear it coming from our mouths. So he ended up calling her. They had a very long conversation. She was supportive of it. Like I said, no one's going to be happy, but she was very, supportive and, happy to know that she was healthy and everything was okay as of right now. And then with my real mom, basically I told her last week, well, we both did, we were talking to her and her husband and everything, and they were telling us about responsibility, which was very, you know, it was pretty much in the subject, you know, it was very coincidental. And basically it was like, you know, you guys need to start being more responsible with your money, you know, you guys are about to be 18, and we ended up fighting about responsibility and money, because we were like, we're responsible, and they were like, no, you're not, and we were like, yes, we are. We got pretty much fed up, and then my boyfriend was like, that's it, I'm done, I have to tell them, let me tell them, babe. I was like, go ahead. He's like, we're having a baby. And like, it just came out. And like, for the first 2 minutes, they were all mad. They were like, we'll talk about this later, we'll talk to you guys later, hung up the phone. Literally, like, a couple minutes later, we got a phone call back, and they were crying and all happy and screaming and talking about, I'm so happy for you guys. You know, not happy, like, woo, woo, I'm so happy because, you know, we're young. But it was just like a, you know, welcoming type of, you know, approval. You know, they were very welcoming and happy that, you know, I was with child and everything, and it was going to be their, you know, first grandchild and everything. Well, not first, but first girl grandchild. Yeah, that's how that went. But if you guys want to know how I hid it for so long, because as you guys can tell, you know, my stomach was growing and everything, you guys are probably wondering how I hid it. I just wore my boyfriend's clothes. I was either wearing sweats and a big t-shirt, sweats and a jacket, anything that looked big on me, because basically everything that I have is small, and I had to start getting medium and larges because my stomach was starting to show sooner than, you know, it should have, because I just found out at my last OBGYN appointment that she is measuring a week above her date. So I was 24 weeks and she was measuring like 25 weeks. So I'm happy to report that she is growing the way she's supposed to. She's very healthy as of now. Like I said, nothing is, you know, confirmed okay. It's like, anyways, like I was saying, nothing is confirmed, but as of right now, she's okay, and I just hope it stays that way. What names do you love but won't be using? Before we even knew we were having a baby, we always wanted the names to be, well, I wanted the names to be Lila and Elijah for my girl and my boy. So when I found out I was pregnant, I was like, that's it. It's either Lila or Elijah. Like, I just said, period. But there were times where me and my boyfriend actually sat down and talked about different names. So we had Ari, we had Rose, we had Miracle, and we had Royalty. And we were really thinking about changing her name to that, either one of those. But we just decided, like, we're gonna keep Lila, and not just Lila, it's Delilah. But you know, I want to call her Lila. You know, I'm gonna call her Lila. So, and people want to know, when is my baby due? My baby's due April 29th, 2019. But like I said, she might be coming out earlier because of her growth and because of her condition. So we don't know yet. Fingers crossed that she's a full-term baby and she comes out healthy. And you know, for birth-wise, you know, it's a big possibility of having a C-section, which I really don't want to have, but anything, you know, to make my baby come out right, you know, as long as she's out healthy, I'm okay with it. You know, anything I gotta do for her to come out healthy and alive and breathing, you know, I'll do it. You know, I want to do a natural birth, of course, with epidural, because I've heard too much stories about it feeling like your whole entire shit exploding, and nope, not gonna do it. So I wanted to do a epidural birth, you know, natural birth. But, you know, if I can't do that and I have to do it for her well-being or safety, I will do a C-section. So that's pretty much all the questions you guys asked me. I didn't get too many questions, but those are the ones that I wanted to answer. I just, you know, having my boyfriend to be my #1 supporter, you know, my boyfriend being in my life, still in my child's life, it's a blessing. I love him for it. You know, he's really someone I want to spend my He's really someone I want to spend my life with. Like, I wouldn't want to spend my life with no one else but him. Like, he's really the best person I've ever had in my life, and you know, I really, you know, love him for that. And you know, I love that we're going through this journey together, you know, to raise our child and everything. So I love you. Love you. He did want to be in this video, but we do live far away from each other, and he works and he goes to school, so it's kind of like I kind of got to go with his schedule. He kind of has to go with mine. So hopefully in the next video he will be in the video, you know what I mean. But that's all I have for this video, guys. If you guys like this video, please leave me a like. If you guys have any suggestions on the next video, if you guys want me to do another video like this, maybe vlog a time where I go to my OBGYN appointments, let me know down below. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you guys next video. Bye.